Good morning, sunshines. So I'm going to talk about waking dreams today. I have a couple of stories that are really kind of fun and have some gems hidden in there. So one example of a waking dream, and it's not when you're like sleeping and you wake up in your dream and go, oh my gosh, I'm sleeping, so I can do anything, I can fly. It's not that. It's not lucid dreaming or soul travel. It's when you're actually walking around in the 3D physical body that you occupy, and you have something on your mind and you're thinking like you wish you had an answer, and then you hear someone say like exactly the one of the two options, and it's like with joy, or you hear them say the other one didn't go well. I listen for those things. Animals are also amazing, so you could even count the animals that you have outside visiting. So a few months ago I had like two deer, then it was three, then it was four, then it was seven for a long time. Now I'm at the eighth. So now I have a consistent 8 deer. And you can look into numbers and see what they mean if it's kind of a fun thing for you. The two funny stories happened at the United States Postal Service. So imagine that there's this one person, he does not have a YouTube channel. He is the kind of person who just likes to tell everyone what to do. This is someone who literally just tells everyone what to do, think, and is very pushy in this way. Again, to know him is to love him. So he goes into the post office and there's a long wait. There's 9 people in front of him, okay? And all of a sudden, there's a person around his same age, but like kind of scrawny, that comes up to him and butts up against him really close to his body and says to him, and these people are in their like 60s. And he says to him, I'm going to cut in front of you. And this person I'm talking about looks at him and goes, you're not going to take cuts. And they had kind of this 60-plus-year-old battle of the wills of like, just intensity. So what I find so fascinating that this happened to this person is that he's the kind of person who's constantly butting up against everyone's energy. He thinks he knows a lot, and he might, but he's overwhelming energetically. So a lot of people like know that, and he knows it himself. He openly says this. It's truth. So I think it's fascinating that someone else energetically met him. Okay, so his waking dream, if he got that, is that he's getting back what he puts out. Okay, so he's being energetically met and made to feel what it feels like to have your borders and boundaries completely trampled on. Like, I just found this one funny. Now there's a second person that went to the USPS, and she got in line and there was no line. She literally got up to the front, but there was a baby and a woman right in front of her, and she made googly eyes at the baby. And then there was a person who came behind her, and the woman started to complain. And she said, are you in a rush? You can take my place. It's okay if you need, Oh, no. I'm not in a rush. They should have more than one post office person working at a time, and they should do this. Okay, she was I said, I can't do this. I have to say it straight. I said, well, maybe someone's out sick. And so we had this conversation ensue, and then she started to complain about some stuff to me, which she clearly needed to get off her chest. So I was happy to behave in that moment as a coworker with, spirit, God, source, all that is, Sugmad, and to help her to vent her frustrations. And I know she felt better afterwards. It was a lovely exchange. Everyone was smiling and laughing. And even the post office employee was smiling, and they just never do that. So I was like, wow, I said, how's your day when I got to the front? And it was just a really nice exchange. And I said, it's so nice to see someone smiling up here. She goes, you just don't know what you're going to get next. And I said, I totally get that. But it kind of created a different vibe. So I just think it's so funny that these two people, okay, it's me and someone else I know, had completely opposing experiences. And that's because the energy vibration was matching that person's vibration. And so maybe this person will not need to have any more people come up against him like that, because like it's just, if you don't get the lesson, it just gets worse. So this is why I make videos to say to you guys, like, look inside. You have to do the work on you. You have to, or it's not going to come easy. Okay. This is the wake up call. I try. And it's hard to look inside. It's hard to look at your character defects. You know, no one wants to say they have any. But trust me, if you're swearing like all the time and stuff, you've got anger. If you are greedy, you got to look at that too. There's vanity, greed, lust, anger, attachment. You know, if money is your God, you've got a problem, because God is God. Source is source. So look for the waking dreams in your life, because they're everywhere. And, you know, it's just little nudges from the universe to help you wake up to who you are. And if you're open and vulnerable enough to say, you know, I'm not perfect, I'm always growing. I work on myself so much. And I think that's a good thing, because I know that we have eternity to improve, right? And every path leads to the same destination, every single path, okay? Whether it's Hinduism, Christianity, Buddhism, you know, any of them, isms, even people on the path of like anything, okay? It's still teaching them something. But there are up-levelings, there's up-levelings. And wouldn't you want to up-level so you don't have to get the harder lessons? Because if you don't get the lesson the first time, let's say you had one narcissist you dated and it was not good, okay? And you thought, well, this new person doesn't seem like a narcissist, but you still didn't understand manipulations were happening. So you go out with them and that didn't go good. And so you go out with the third person who is like maybe even seeming like they're less of a narcissist, but you still don't understand what that is to be in an even relationship, because you don't have self-love enough. Then you go with another one and it's a train wreck, okay? So then you need to look in yourself and go, what part did I have in this? Now, that's just one example of something you could be excavating. So if that was your example, then you'd have to look at potentially for you at self-love. You can look and ask for guidance. Ask God, Spirit, whoever your master, guru, God, whatever it is that you look to for the waking dreams, because I'm telling you, it's so much fun when you start to really look around and see what you're learning. But you have to be really egoless. You can't be in your ego. It's not going to work for you that way. I love you. Have a great day. And I will soon make another Spiritual Laws of Life book read, because I just think that there's so much wisdom in this and it's so helpful. And I love you guys. Like, subscribe, and buy me coffee if you'd like. I just put that up and it's so much fun. I haven't gotten a coffee yet, but it's okay. I do this for 7 years now for nothing. And it's like, I could do this another 70, but yeah, just mentioning it. So have a great day. Lots of love.